Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Last Days of Europe with me, Alpha Pi Omega and Greater Germanic Reich. So in the previous episode we had quite a development. A war broke out in Yemen, and while I was recording the previous episodes yesterday, I actually came back to it today and read the description here, and I think it's really ominous. Let me read it out loud. Conflict status. As the oil crisis spirals across the world, it is becoming increasingly clear that if we want to stabilize our supplies, we will need to support those factions in the region friendly to our interests. The Ba'athists must be supported by all means necessary. The oil crisis and the oil shocks of the 70s were actually... They were a nightmare for many of the governments, and I have a feeling this might grow to be just more than a conflict in Yemen. Not to mention that we have already seen, what was it called? Oh yeah, choose which countries to support. And there were some other things like, we were able to send support to, I think that was Egypt and other places. So this might, come to a bit more than being just a conflict in Yemen. And the fact that they're speaking about the oil crisis is scaring the hell out of me. So right now, let's focus on the things at hand. Our economy is doing good. We don't have much else to do. The good thing is that we're gonna ramp up the army experience from all the fighting. Which actually reminds me, did we finish that new... We didn't finish the new APC chassis, did we? Did we? I did not unpause it. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, cool. I was really afraid that... Nope, we didn't. So, I think with 35 experience points we will have more than enough to do it. So, what did we want? We have the APC designation slot, no ornament. We can put in a modern infantry support gun or advanced infantry support gun. I think... Oh wait, no. Modern piercing infantry support gun or modern infantry support gun. That's the ones. This is a level 3 and 4 of the same technology. So let's put in modern infantry support gun. We wanted the RVS autocannon. The radio, we wanted additional machine guns, and the last thing that I wanted was the crew protection, NBC protection. And we changed the suspension to hydropneumatic one, and cast armor and diesel engine. So that puts us at 25. I'm gonna ramp up the engine slightly. What was your speed? 20. Okay, so it's too much. 20.7, okay. And we can also ramp up the armor a bit. Okay, so that's 35 of 21. We are missing 2 experience points to do this. So I'm just gonna save it like this, and then we are going to add additional... 2 points? Yeah, additional 2 points to armor. So we need 2 more XP. And we can call this one... damn, okay. I should have copied the name from here. Damn, because I don't know if I have the U... I don't have the U with umlaut on it. Dang it. Okay, well then, let's do it this way. Maybe this one. Open it. We're gonna copy this, and we are going to put... where was it? Improve... Oh, here it is. Advanced APC chassis. So we're gonna call this Shit-Sponsored Solbo 2. Why not? I mean, why change the name when things are looking good? So I'll just quickly go through this again. We know what we want. Additional machine gun. Crew protection. Hydropneumatic, cast armor, diesel engine. 7 and 5. No. 7 and 3, and then I'm gonna get 5. Okay. So let's get and call this one this, and we'll wait until we get the 2 extra points of army experience, and then we're gonna deal with it. The plan here was to encircle the units in Aden and Porto di Aden and actually eliminate them there, so we can enforce this, which is gonna be fun. As I mentioned, the economy is doing really well, though the deficit has jumped up significantly, and that is not really good. Oh well, I guess that's because we have units far away and sending them out. The game would be kinda crazy if it wouldn't take that into consideration, and we're getting more production units. I think the game is gonna be lying to me again, but the Sultanate of Oman declared war on the Imamate of Oman. Okay, so that's probably another thing where we can support. Imamate of Oman. Semi-constitutional monarchy. Insurrection in Oman. It seems that the wave of instability sweeping through the Middle East is far from over. As Oman becomes the latest nation to fall into civil war, while reliable information is difficult to obtain, it seems that the chaos began when Qaboos launched a coup against his own father, the former Sultan Sayyid, with the help of the local Italian garrison. Meanwhile, religious traditionalists and tribal elements have rallied around Khalid al-Hinai, the Omani Imam, in the inhospitable region of the Jebel Akhdar. With the strength of the faith and Saudi support, they hope to restore theocratic rule to the country. Another insurrection took place in the western deserts of Dhofar, where a large coalition of pan-Arabists, communists and Bahatists rose up under partisan leader Layla Fakhro, hoping to turn Oman into a stronghold of pan-Arabism in southern Arabia. As the three sides seem to rather evenly matched, it is hard to predict what the future holds for the Sultanate. So there are actually 3 sides? There's Oman. No. No, it's 2 sides. So I don't know why it mentioned 3 sides. Maybe I misread that. Okay, we managed to actually encircle these units in Aden, which will allow us to eliminate them. And our units are doing actually a good job of that. Once we get this done, we are going to launch a counter-attack. Okay, well, the Dhofar rebellion declared the war on the Sultanate of Oman. Oh, okay, so this is the 3rd side. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Dhofar rebellion. Okay. So this is the original part. This is one of the insurrection, and this is the 2nd insurrection. Led by Layla Fakhro, Arab communist. 4 divisions, you get 5 divisions, you get 8 divisions. Okay. Well, fine, we have... Wait, can you reach Porto di Aden directly? And skip Aden itself? That's a bit weird. Egyptian Revolutionary Command Council declared war on Egypt. Okay then. Oh, Porto di Aden is Italian. Okay, that's why I couldn't see them retreat. I didn't realize that. Okay, cool. So then we can just do this, and you guys can go attack. and have fun because the Americans are gone. Okay, Yemen, Dhofar. Oh my dear lord. So what's going on in Egypt? So this is Egypt, and this is the revolutionary command. Gamal Abdel Nasser. Really? Oh god, they're gonna get railed. So authorized Luftwaffe operations in Egypt. Authorized Luftwaffe operations in Oman. Okay, let's authorize technical support for Balata. Authorize the raids. And send weapon and vehicles to them. And Wehrmacht instructors. Well, we're giving them everything that we have. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. We'll need to finish... Actually, I don't think so. I think we can already send help, can't we? Yep, we could send 3. What kind of divisions do we have that we could send? Where we have 3 of them. Those are infantry units, infantry armies. But I think the time might be right for that. Because we will need to get involved in all of this if they are to win. Okay, so in Dhofar Rebellion you need definitely volunteers, so let's send... This is what? Ulrich Nemaza. So... And... Ulrich de Mazière. Infantry expert. Okay, so you are going to Egypt. Ulrich de Mazière. Is it? Yeah, we can only send volunteers to certain factions, so there's no point in us being afraid that we're gonna send them to the wrong side. Even though that is a very realistic danger. Okay. Okay, units are in transfer. This war should be done soon. DEFCON 4. Omani Civil War, Indonesian Permesta. Oh, this one is still going. And Yemeni Civil War is almost done. Okay, so our special forces are pretty much ready to attack. Order collapses in Egypt. Okay, so Yemen Arab Democratic Republic has defeated Yemen in war, so we won. Our units from here are going back home. Likely encouraged by the developments within Yemen, the leader of the Free Officers Movement, Gamal Abdel Nasser, has seized a large portion of the nation following an abortive coup against the monarchy. Following the failed coup and subsequent revolt, the Muslim Brotherhood, a group of Islamic militants led by Sayyid Qutb, have themselves attempted and failed to seize power, and now fight against both the monarchy and the Nassers. Okay, so there's going to be another side to this conflict. The Muslim Brotherhood is heavily suspected to be funded and armed by the Saudis, despite Riyadh's official denial on the matter. This presents a greater issue within the conflict, as it means the stoking of new tensions between Italy and Saudi Arabia. Is this becoming of something larger? Okay, we do have enough army experience points to finish the Schutzpanzersobel II. Cool, let's save it. Obsolete. The original one. I'd actually like to see the differences before we put it into production, because I'm hoping it's much better as all of our... vehicles should be. So defense is 21.8 compared to 16.2, breakthrough 22.7 compared to 34, okay. Soft attack 5, hard attack 1, so we get 9 and 3. Hard attack, armor is 15.5, we got 26.2, piercing 30, we now have 40. Fuel usage 2.6, 2.55, oh we're actually using less fuel, that's interesting. Cool, and as you are now obsolete, you are going to be replaced by number 2, which will require us to start dedicating more to you. Can we take it away from some of the other places? Oh wow, we almost finished all of the panzers here. The Arab Republic of Iraq declared war on the Islamic Republic of Iraq. Okay, so we can definitely take away you. And oh god, Iraq has collapsed completely. And put the 10 factories at EU. Okay, anything else? No, we need to keep it like this. But hey, the good news is we are only 1551 of Fuchses away from being done, and only 694 of the Leopards 2 need to be produced to completely rearm our units. That's amazing. Republican victory in Yemen. The civil war in Yemen has concluded today with the surrender of the last royalist strongholds. Despite aid from both the Italian Empire and the Saudi Arabia, Imam al-Badr proved unable to maintain the popular support his father enjoyed and was forced to flee the country in the face of military defeat. General Abdullah al-Salal has since proclaimed the Arab Republic of Yemen. Heading an eccentric coalition composed of Democrats, Communists and Ba'athists, some observers have questioned the stability of Salal's new government. Yet the general-turned-president has announced his intent to turn Yemen into a bastion of pan-Arabism in the Arabian Peninsula, with ambitions that serve as a direct challenge to both the Saudi monarchy and the Italian Empire. While most regard Yemeni claims to mere posturing, others have cautioned that the nation could punch well above its weight in regards to both influence and military might. Well, Al-Furqat Al-Furusan, Al-Furqat Al-Masha. Well, decisions available. Increase our commitment or authorize Luftwaffe operations in Iraq. Yeah, let's increase our commitment. Our units are currently completely in transition, and oh dear lord, Iraq has really completely collapsed. Mosul and Kirkuk. Mosul and Kirkuk is independent. Iraq collapses into civil war. And Muslim Brotherhood has popped up in Egypt. In yet another example of startling rise of instability across the Middle East, it appears that the Republic of Iraq, a long-time Italian ally in the region, has fallen into civil war. The nation's government has been steadily eroding ever since the assassination of its president, Abd al-Karim Qasim. Curiously, while the Iraqi wing of the pan-Arab Ba'ath Party leads the insurrection against the Italian-led emergency government, the position of the rest of Iraq's parties is unclear. Some, particularly those oppressed by Qasim's administration, have taken up arms in a bid for an Iraq of their own. Others have remained officially neutral for the moment, even as quiet negotiations are reported to have taken place with Italian representatives. Whoever the winner of this war is, it seems likely that it will not be the Iraqi people. Already heavy casualties are reported as all parties rapidly mobilize. Jesus. Sure, we need to send everyone help until our forces arrive. 14.69 compared to 7.2, that's pretty good. Still the debt is gonna continue lowering. How's our poverty? Dropping? Wasn't it dropping by way more? Well, I mean, we're at 34%, what the hell would I want? I'm complaining about having the lowest poverty rate that we ever had. Total trade, look at that! Look at that. It's starting to increase to 10 billion. GDP per capita is about 2.6 thousand. Wow, there used to be trade of 25 billion. Poverty started, yeah, it started roughly above 40%, went to above 60, and then dropped now to the lowest ever number. So advanced jet interceptor is done. I don't think we have anything. Well, we wanted the stealth technology, but we're already researching that. We got you, and we got you. So that pretty much covers it. Military police support, signal company. Let's go with naval. I'm gonna start working on new submarines. Advanced attack submarine hull. The 70s saw a relative fall in submarine development as technological focus shifted to SLBMs. However, the drive to carry more powerful and longer range missiles did lead to many submarines of the era being retrofitted or upgraded. What's the difference here? Max range goes up by 5,000 kilometers. Reliability goes up by 4. Subvisibility is lowered by 5. Speed increased by 1. HP increased by 5. And we get new torpedo tubes and a new ship engine. Okay, and can you tell me what about the nuclear engine? Nuclear engine lowers subvisibility way less though. It's way less max speed. It costs way more, but use no fuel at all. Something for something. It's always tit for tat. Okay, advanced jet interceptor, you go and do our bidding. Okay, this is amazing. The rearming of our forces in full go. Okay, divisions are moving there and back. Let's speed it up. I don't think we have anything to do here, do we? No. But we finished most of it anyway. Quarterly budget upgrade. What about you guys? You're awfully quiet. Oh, this is happening. Charles de Gaulle passes away. The flag of the French of the Free French in West Africa flies at half-mast today. Well, no, it's gone. As the world learns of the death of General Charles de Gaulle, champion of France's freedom against the new order for over 20 years despite age and becoming stranded in Africa, suffering a fatal aneurysm at a war strategy meeting, de Gaulle was granted a funeral attended... Oh god, more. This is Sudan. De Gaulle was granted a funeral attended by his sparse corps of countrymen, where he was honored for the work he had done in leading them. Strangely, however, de Gaulle was not formally buried, the reason given being that one day he would be relocated back to France for a proper burial once reclamation is over. De Gaulle's successor, Philippe Leclerc, has already begun exercising his power as Free France's new leader and is instating new policies for the war effort, seemingly undeterred by their loss. Even the loss and far from home, Marie and Marshall. Actually, didn't they have something here? Let me see, I should see it. Nope. No, they're too late, they lost everything. So Free France is gone. Sudan has collapsed. Republic of Sudan. Sudan is officer organization and Sudan is defense force. I don't think we have enough forces for this. Authorized Luftwaffe operations. Okay. So we have units in Dhofar and in Egypt. So you, 2nd Infantry Army. What do you do? I think it's important to get over here. So I'm gonna send you here. And your goal is going to be to get to here. and go. And you guys need to reinforce the line here and advance towards this line. Whatever happens, you need to be there and be ready to fight. Sure, let's send our units to Sudan as well. But I think that the conflict originally started in Iraq, so we will need to deal with Iraq first. '13th of November. Okay, volunteer forces that came back from Yemen are now available. So these are currently considered veterans. So let's send them to Bahadst, Iraq. Yep, you can go there. And once we finish the conflict somewhere else, we are going to help Sudan. What's going on here? I don't understand what this is. All crisis erupts. Following in the breakout of several conflicts in the Middle East and the death of Chairman Enrico Mattel, the stocks of ENI, or NI, Italy's most prominent oil company, have fallen immensely. Due to Italy's role as a major player in world trade, the panic has spread in waves across global markets, and the price of oil has shot up. Oil has played a crucial part in the global conflict between Germany, Japan, and America, being the most valuable resource in transportation and warfare. With the outbreak of conflict and the need for oil becoming immense, the powers of the world once more eye the region of festering conflict with great interest, looking to support whichever faction, nation, or leader that will allow for economic footholds. It seems that the new battlegrounds have been placed upon the world stage, one of which will change the face of the Middle Eastern geopolitics forever. Nothing good ever came out of this. People do not want words, they want the sound of battle, the battle of destiny. Black gold, red sand. Well, okay. Decisions available. Seize oil reserves. The Arabs will not like this decision. Our involvement in the conflict decreases by 5. So increase our liquid reserves by 5 billion. We'll gain for oil plus 4. Nah, I don't want to alienate them. So the oil crisis, huh? Yemen finished. Preparing for Saudi intervention. Ongoing. Our current involvement in this conflict is major. Okay. Actually, did this change? No, we still have the same focus trees. Okay, cool. So November. Education investment. Okay, let's do education investment. I kind of like that. And poverty reducing initiative as well. I think we are actually constructing a ton of oil. Choking on black oil. Oh god. Dietrich slowly doused a cigarette from his mouth into the ashtray with a shaky hand. He'd been running on empty for the past 28 hours, the worst 28 he had ever to experience in his life. Ever since he had been woken up, anxiety shot through him like a hailstorm of bullets. With the situation escalating in the Middle East, he heard that it was better to start selling his stocks in the oil industry now to avoid becoming penniless. Being the risky contrarian that he was, Dietrich decided against going what common sense and inside information told him, that everything would generally be fine with the German economy. Some bumps, sure, but never anything crippling. Until he had received an analytics report back from Frankfurt stock market. Its index, he saw the graph crash downward first before the number, and he had to pop some pain relief pills to subdue the severe headache he got. All of his investments were practically wiped out, since so many others got out and sold what they had. He was left with a pitiful amount of Reichsmarks to make back. Everything that he had built up over the years, gone in an instant. God help the Reich, the oil certainly won't. Due to our liberal economic policy, our GDP growth will continue to drop, but it will recover faster. We will lose a huge amount of grid power, decrease our GDP by 7.5% for a total of 31.74 billion. Our administrative efficiency will be greatly hurt. We will lose massive amount of policy effectiveness. We will lose a large amount of our production units. The sovereign's economy is collapsing. Our regime stability is decreased by 30. New options are available in the focus tree. Cool! Great news! So, let's end the episode here. I mean, that's such a positive note, right? Our economy is in the dumps. Yearly deficit is 141% of our GDP. Cool. That's great. That's great. Well, next time we're gonna deal with the Frankfurt stock market crash amidst our crisis. Cool.